Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to do another, well, I guess it's a reinstall of a product that we actually really do enjoy and love. We're going to be putting in our Auxbeam 8-gang switch panel. So this is the Auxbeam 8-gang switch panel that we're going to be putting in. We have currently our off-road amber lights and our street legal approved fog lights, the ambers, hooked up to it now. But we've had this installed for about 6 months, and then it just stopped working. We couldn't basically, well, I'll show you. So when we turn the ignition on, everything lights up. Well, minus the fans. But you can see when we go on and off, it doesn't stay on. We can't turn it off, we can't keep it on, and our lights stopped working altogether. So we sent this information to Auxbeam. We told them about what was going on. We sent them some videos, and you know what, we were just seeing what they could do for us. We were fully expecting them to say, no, there's nothing really you can do, it's probably just on your end. But instead, they tried to troubleshoot it with us, and they went through all this hassle with us. And at the end of it, they're like, you know what? We think it's a malfunction in the system, so we're gonna send you out a replacement part. And instead, this is why I love Auxbeam, they sent us an entire new 8-gang switch panel kit, all the cords, the fuse box, everything. So I gotta give a shout out to Auxbeam. They're an amazing company. I have their lights on our Jeep, the 3-inch round amber fog lights, and I just think they're an amazing company. I would love to work with them one day. But yeah, so that's what we're going to get reinstalled in the Jeep today. I've been holding off for better weather, and today it's nice and sunny, and we're just gonna pull out the old system and get the new one installed. We'll show you how we did it, where we put it, and we'll hopefully be able to have some lights at the end of all this. So stick around and we'll show you how to install it. Alright guys, so this is the fuse box, the switch assembly. As you can see, we have it over here. Auxbeam does come with some brackets where you can put them across the way, but the problem with that is they only send you a small amount for your power connection, a small length. And you can see the fuse in there. So these two won't actually reach across the Jeep, and your fuse tap won't reach across the Jeep either. So it's just better, I found if it's better just to put it here. You can use some like 3M double-sided tape just to secure it to your fuse panel, your fuse box I should say, and it worked out great for us until it didn't. So the first thing we're gonna do is disconnect the power so that when we're playing with these electrical tools, we're not gonna get zapped. Okay, so this is what we got going on here. I have all my electrical stuff just in case we need to fix any problems with the lights. And this is what they sent us, a brand new Auxbeam control system. I swear, Auxbeam is an amazing company. Their customer service is just top of the line. So it's coming with everything you need. All the different brackets and hardware, our new switch panel, and everything you need to connect it with. And of course, we'll just have to crimp those on. We have our own little crimping tool and wire stripper. Yeah, it shouldn't take that much time at all. The first thing we're gonna do is just disconnect the battery. Well, that's not the right one. Make sure all our bolts are put where they need to. push that back up so we don't lose the bolt. Make sure we don't lose the bolt. And disconnect the power. We have people think that they're part of the NASCAR here in town. Drive faster than they can possibly imagine on a street full of kids. Alright, so we have the fuse box disconnected from the battery. We have the battery disconnected altogether, so that way we're not going to get shocked. So we just have to figure out. Right. Now we're just going to remove this part. I already disconnected my lights a while back when I realized this thing was not working, just in case it caused any further damage. So we disconnected this, and now all we have to do is lift up the fuse box cover and then disconnect this fuse tab. And I remember how to do this correctly. I haven't done this in a while. Oh yeah, it's just a pull off. There you go. So I have this fuse tap connected through this way. I have a little nook here that I put a divot in so I could get the wire through, and then it just came out the bottom. I had a hard time figuring out which fuse to tap into to get power. So where is this? It is the M6 fuse that we used. Yeah, M6 right here. And that's the one that has constant power and didn't really have anything going to it. And you can check everything on the back of the fuse box, but in case anyone else has a JK 2017 and they're just confused on where to put the fuse tap, I put mine here in the M6. And then we're just going to disconnect the control wire to the panel inside from the box. So you can see we have it zip tied here, and it's just going to go all the way across the engine bay. We're going to put it through a grommet through the firewall, and it's just going to go into the driver's seat area, and that's where we'll go up to next and pull out the rest of it. Okay, so we got the cord over here, and we just have some zip ties to cut off. There we go. And you can see down there it goes into a grommet, and we're actually going to use this one, this old one. We're going to tape the new one up to it and pull it all the way through to the front. Okay, so our new one all connected nicely. It just makes this a lot easier because we're going to be pulling it through instead of trying to fish it through with a hook. So we just got to make sure it's the right side going in. This goes into the actual fuse, and this one is going to go into the cab. Okay guys, so this is where we're going to pull the cord through. I would suggest getting like a panel removal tool, but I don't have the time for that. I'm just going to go in there and pop it off. As you can see, here's that cord that we're talking about. It's already zip tied. This is actually where my original lights were installed. And since I have these holes now here, that I just keep the buttons here just to make it look kind of nice, but we actually have this going up and around, and you can see through the rubber here up on the dash, and we just have it secured here with Gorilla 3M tape. So yeah, we're just going to remove this and get the other one pulled through. So anyone that wonders how strong like the 3M Gorilla Tape is, this is not screwed down at all. Oh, it's lifting that freaking. Oh. You can see it. Okay, I'll come back to you guys once we get this thing off. Okay, so we got it off. This is that double-sided Gorilla Tape that we have, and it did leave no marks, but it is strong. And then I believe we have the cable here connected, so we're just going to have to disconnect this part. These unscrew here and pull. Okay, so that now is out, and we're going to pull this back down, and we're going to pull the new cable through. There we go. And there's our new cable. Okay. Okay, we fished the new cable through. It didn't take much. You just go underneath here and on top here and just push this rubber seal back, and it's up here. So we're gonna get this all connected and installed. Okay, so as you can see, this is the bracket that we're gonna use, same one as I was on there. We just tuck the cord into this channel, and we're gonna place the bracket on like that with these small screws and the provided, it's a Phillips screwdriver. So we're gonna get that installed. Okay, so you guys can see, you can get an idea of what it's gonna look like. We connected the wires. It's coming down through here and then to the front. And then for this, we're just gonna do the same thing as before, go across the engine bay so it can connect into the fuse box. All right, so we have the new fuse box here and our power cables with the fuse relay. So what we're going to do now is we have to get the fuse tap connected back on here. So we connect it into the fuse box in the M6 slot, and then we can basically close this box up and start connecting this to the power, and then connecting our lights and stuff. You can see we I thought we had little connectors on there, but we don't, so we might have to install those. So I'm glad I brought all my electrical stuff out. Auxbeam does send you in the package 2 fuse taps and then some shrink tubing that you just put a flame to. So that's what we're going to connect to now. We only need the one, and it comes with both 5s. So we're going to use this and some shrink tubing. This is quite substantial shrink tubing, so I might switch it out for some that I have, and then we just have to crimp it in there and we're good to go. So guys, I'm not by any means an electrician or say that I'm good at installing these, but we're gonna get the end all nice and trim, and we basically just put it inside in there, and then we're gonna crimp it off. And crimp it off. And then we're gonna put a flame to it. And now we have our wire tap. We're going to put in our provided fuse. We're going to stick it in, bring it through, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, so now we have to deal with these. Good Lord. So I connect, we're gonna have to connect the grounds and the positives together so we can make one uniformed input. As you can see, basically it goes through in here, and so I might try a different connection. Before I just used like a little oval, and then I screwed it down, because there's these little square clamps down there. Then once you screw the screw down, it'll like kind of clamp it in place. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. I might go for something more like these, just to secure it better. Okay guys, so this is basically what we came up with. Just some O connections, and we did some shrink tubing on those as well, so they'll slide right in. And put the screw in, and it'll be good. So from here, we're going to take the provided washer, large bolt, and we're going to connect our relay and power cords to this back part right here. And that's what this is for. And then we're just going to use a 14 millimeter just to cinch it up. And then this will go to our batteries. Okay, so this is from the old unit. This is what it is. So essentially, it's just gonna go right on top and then screw in. So that's what we're gonna do. And then just on the case here, you can see where the positive and the negative goes. So for these ones, this one will use the later, so it's negative first and then it's positive. Okay, so here's our, let me just cinch it down. There we go. And then we do the exact same for all the other accessories. Okay, so we got our wires, our lights in here. You can see negative, positive, and channel 1 and 2. So that'll be the indicator on which buttons to push inside the cab there. So now the next step is to connect the power, connect the battery, and see if it turns on. The important thing is if this turns on ignition, that's the biggest thing. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, so we got everything connected. Don't judge me on all this. We're gonna clean it up after. But now it's time to test to see if it actually starts. All right, here it goes. Hopefully we don't start a fire. Oh. Car starts. And it's synced in. Okay, that's a big indicator. The light. So it's sensing that there's actually a device or a thing there. So let's go see if the lights are on. And we have light again. Freaking thank God. That is awesome. Yeah, I haven't had lights on my vehicle for months now. So it all worked out. That was the biggest thing right here, is seeing the lights come on and stay on. Because before, when I pushed it, it was not even computing. So now we have our off-road ambers and our street legal fog lights. Okay guys, so it all worked out. I'm not going to show you all this, but the next thing is just to zip tie all this together, make it nice, tuck it away. But the thing is, it all works We redid some of the cabling here for the lights, so that's nice. And it's secure and it's working well. Now, if you guys didn't know, you can get these shrink tubing on Amazon, a whole case of them, and all these too. I'm not a professional electrician, so we can say goodbye to this old one. And of course, Auxbeam does send you with different brackets. And some more. Here's a big bracket. Because they're universal, right? So it's not just for Jeeps. They can be for 4Runners or anything, really. And a bunch of screws, depending on the brackets you use. And then they also send you with a buttload of zip ties. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to zip tie all the wires up and away, make it look nice, and then we're done. So these are my Auxbeam amber LED off-road lights. You can see these were cheaper, and there's like no fog, it's just dirty. But you come here, these are my Vivid Lumens, and we've got them the exact same time. I bought these because they were street legal. You could use them while driving, and there's so much condensation in there, and I paid almost double for these guys as I did the Auxbeam. Between these lights lasting longer and them completely replacing the switch panel, I think Auxbeam is probably one of the best brands out there for off-road electrical stuff. All right, guys, so that is the Auxbeam 8-gang switch panel install. I'm so happy that I get to have my lights back on. At first, I thought it was the lights that were having the issue, like that short-circuited and it just killed the Auxbeam. But after installing it and testing it, it was just a malfunction in the unit. But then again, Auxbeam, the customer service is top-notch. They asked me, they troubleshooted all the things that could have gone wrong with it, and then they just sent the whole unit to me. Like, I can't believe that. I think that's amazing. Auxbeam is one of those companies, like I mentioned before, I would love to work with. I can't say enough good things about their products and their customer service. So the weather is getting better. We want to get out this season. We want to start doing some more off-roading. We have a few different spots that me and Joelle want to try out before the snow disappears. We have tire chains, so we're solid. We have a couple of people that we've been communicating with on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. So we're gonna try to possibly hook up with them and do some trails with them. Some amazing people. I love talking with them. I love seeing what they're doing with their content. And I'm actually very excited to actually go be with them and see how they do their trails too. So anyway, again, if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe. Check out Auxbeam, guys. Half the price of most of these competitors, and their customer service is great. It's just fantastic. Anyway, this is James. We'll see you guys on the trails.